A pleasant evening to all. Myself, Dr. Amsaveni, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Biotechnology, Kongunadu Arts and Science College. On behalf of the management of Kongunadu Arts and Science College and on my own behalf, I feel happy to welcome you all for the awareness series on intellectual property rights, innovation, and entrepreneurship, jointly organized by MHRD's Institutional Innovation Council, IPR Cell, and Department of Biotechnology, Kongunadu Arts and Science College from 24th July to 27th July 2020. With this note, now I invite Dr. V. Bhuneshwari, Associate Professor and Head, UG Department of Biotechnology, Convener, IEIC, and Convener of this program for the welcome address. Ma'am, please.
A very good evening to all. I feel proud to welcome you all on behalf of the management, MHRD's Institutional Innovation Council, IPR Cell, Department of Biotechnology, and my own behalf for this awareness series program on intellectual property rights, innovation, and entrepreneurship from 24th July 2020 to 27th July 2020. First of all, I dedicate my welcome in absentia to our beloved President, Dr. M. Archami sir, and to our beloved Secretary and Director, Dr. C.A. Vasiki ma'am, for their idea and motivation to organize this program and provide a platform to share the views of the resource persons. So, I welcome you, ma'am. I welcome our dedicated and sincere principal, Dr. M. Lakshmanaswamy, sir. I welcome you, sir. I gladly welcome our distinguished and Chief Executive Officer, Unaided Courses, Dr. V. Chinusamy, sir. Dean R&D, Dr. S. Paulsamy, sir. And supporting Dean Academics cum HOD, PG Department of Biotechnology, Dr. S.R. Madan Shankar, sir. I welcome you, sir. And Dr. P. Sujata, President IAC, for their constant support and immense help rendered in all our endeavors. I cordially welcome our guest of honor, Dr. M.S. Lipin Dev, Director, BT Eco Green Technology Private Limited, who readily accepted our invitation in spite of his busy schedule for this webinar. I welcome you, sir. I kindly welcome all the participants for their interest for this webinar. I warmly welcome the organizing secretaries, Dr. K. Soundarajan sir, Dr. P. Revati ma'am, Assistant Professors in Botany, Dr. R. Amsaveni, and Dr. G. Anbarasi, Assistant Professors in Biotechnology, and session coordinators, participants from our institute and other institutes. Once again, I welcome you all. Now I invite the organizing secretary to take over the session and
Thank you, ma'am, for your warm welcome. Now I take this opportunity to introduce our today's resource person and the most eminent personality, Dr. M.S. Lipin Dev, Director, VT Ecogreen Technology Private Limited, Coimbatore, who is here to share his views on the topic Path of a Bio Entrepreneur. Sir completed his BSc Biotechnology and MSc Biotechnology at Sri Krishna Arts and Science College during 2009, PhD at VIT University during 2013, and he's the director and partner of VT Ecogreen Technologies Private Limited, Coimbatore, from April 2018 to till date. And he was a scientific partner at Totem Farm Fresh Private Limited, Cochin, Kerala, from June 2017 to March 2018. Sir has received the Biotechnology Ignition grant worth rupees 49 lakhs from the Department of Biotechnology in the year 2019. He also received a grant of rupees 4.5 lakhs in the year 2018 under the scheme Support for Entrepreneurial and Managerial Development of SMEs through Incubators from MSME, Government of India. Sir served as Assistant Professor at Karpagam University and at Pratisha Institute of Technology and Management, Chennai. Sir served as Junior Research Fellow from 2009 to 2010 in a DRDO funded project at VIT University, Research Associate at VIT University from June 2010 to 2013, and he was a Senior Research Fellow at the Center for Plant Molecular Biology and Biotechnology at TNAU from 2013 to 2014. Sir has participated in various workshops, training
Okay.
programs, and conferences.
1 minute. See, this is Lipin. I think this is a very exhaustive description of me. So I
Yeah,
think,
it's over, sir.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sir has also published various his research in various reputed journals. And we are so happy to have you here with us for this session, sir. And before moving on to the session, may I now invite our most respected principal, Dr. M. Lakshmanaswamy, sir, for the presidential address. Sir, please.
Good afternoon, all of you. We are happy to inform that our college has the 5 ambassadors of MHRD's Institutional Innovation Council. Dr. S.R. Madan Shankar sir, Dean Academics and Head Department of Biotechnology for PG, and Dr. V. Bhuvaneswari, Head HOD of Biotechnology UG, Dr. R. Amsavani, Associate Professor of Biotechnology, Dr. K. Soundararajan, Assistant Professor of Botany, and Dr. P. Ravidi, Assistant Professor of Botany. As a part of ISC 2.0 activity, so we are organizing this awareness series on intellectual property rights, innovation and entrepreneurship from 24th July to 27th July 2020. In this program, Mr. M.S. Lipin Dev, Director, VT Eco Green Technologies Private Limited, Coimbatore, will talk about path of a bio-entrepreneur. The other resource persons will take about innovations and its protection through IP and journal publication. And with this few words, I am also very eagerly waiting for your hearing the talk. I don't take much of your time, so I wish the program a grand success, and I congratulate the staff members of the biotechnology department for your excellent effort. With these few words, once again, I welcome and thank you for the opportunity given to me. I wish the program a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your words. And now I request our ever supporting Dean Academics and convener of this program, Dr. S.R. Madan Shankar, sir, to share few words. Sir, please.
Hello. Good evening to all of you. Good evening, everybody who have joined at this time for this session on entrepreneurship. My good friend Lipin and HOD of UG Biotechnology, Bhuvaneswari, and the team of faculty members of Institution Innovation Council. This program that is organized under the auspices of IIC is to hone the different talents of the young students towards entrepreneurship as an option, as against becoming role ready, or as against becoming or taking up a job in different industries. So with this idea, the Institution Innovation Council across the country has been organizing several programs and training programs as well, to motivate the students to opt entrepreneurship as one of the options. Because our Prime Minister Shri Modi ji is very pertinent on the Make in India movement, and now you have the self-reliant India, that is Atmanirbharta Bharat campaign, where we are trying to become more self-reliant and self-sustaining. So with this notion, the IIC is actually funding a lot of programs of this kind, and I'm happy that our college is doing a wonderful kind of activities under the Institution Innovation Council. It's my pleasure to welcome Dr. Lipin, who is a very successful startup and an entrepreneur, and I'm sure that the interaction you're going to have with him will give you some inputs, and also will throw light about the different nuances of the entrepreneurship and the difficulties, as well as the path that is taken by a bio entrepreneur to get established very well in the sector. I welcome Dr. Lipin and all the participants, and hand over the session to Dr. Lipin. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. And can you hear me, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you for this very, very warm and cordial welcome. This is the first time I'm addressing such a formal online class, actually, and that too. And moreover, Google Meet is first time for me, so kindly pardon with me for certain technical glitches which I'm facing now. So probably you're not able to see me. So that itself is the first thing. So I know Madan sir from 2009. I was a MSc student, and sir came for my MSc Viva project Viva. So then on, I know sir. So it's a long journey. Anyway, so see to short up what I'm going to talk about for today. It is I was see like everybody can start a business if you have money or you have a very strong family background. You have some kind of advice, guidance, everything. Anybody can do it. But what if we do not have anything? We do not have money. We do not have any support. Your family is dependent on you. In such cases, still you have an ambition you're aspiring to become a business person. So how could you do it, or how would you do it from zero? So that is what I would like to share my experiences, because I started like that, because I was from a very normal background, middle class family, and zero investment for any business. So that's how I started. And later on, build over, and right now I'm a startup with kind of fundings from government of India, and doing a decent business from Coimbatore and Cochin as offices and manufacturing units. So this is like a path of a bio entrepreneur. So in this case, it's me. How I started, how it was. It's a kind of journey. So you can now, it's you can ask me questions if you have anything in between. Uh, and ma'am, can you go to the first slide, the next slide, please? Ma'am?
Sir, just a minute, sir.
Yeah, because I'm not able to present it from here, so that's the reason I'm getting, it's been presented from elsewhere. See, if I think there is an option for you to allow me for presentation. Otherwise, I could have done it from here itself, from my laptop.
Present as well. Lipin, you
Yeah.
can present it from your side.
Yeah.
Do one thing, Bhuvneshwari, நீங்க present பண்ணாதீங்க. You stop sharing your screen. Lipin, you go to your Google page site. No, you will be
Yeah.
able to see 3 dots over there.
Yes.
Next to that, you have something called present now.
Okay.
Just click that present now, and on the top of that, you will be seeing 3 options. You click a window, application window.
Okay. But I did that, but I don't think it worked.
It will work. You open your PowerPoint first in your desktop and then click application window and click share. It will be visible to everybody.
Okay. No, I'm not able to share, sir. I think, sir, there's some permission issues from the host or something. Maybe the other person can just change the slide as and when.
You can actually share. You can actually share. There's no permission issues required here.
Okay, but I am sharing it right now. I don't think you're able to see it, right? I have done it.
Did you open the application window?
Yes, I did that, and it's actually showing. I'm doing the presentation.
It will take some time. Just wait. Just a moment. It will take 1 or 2 minutes.
Okay. But I guess we'll proceed with the way it was. Somebody was. I'll just say the next slide, so the person from there they can.
Okay. So I let them go ahead with presenting it. Bhuvneshwari, நீங்க பண்ணுங்க. அது வரல.
So I'll just you just keep on changing the slides as and when I say. That will be, because I have done Google Google, what is it called? Zoom is comfortable, but this is time.
Okay, so they will do it for you. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir, I will do it, sir.
Yeah. So go to the next slide, actually, the one which was beginning. Okay. Anyway, I'll just keep talking. The point is, see, you might be knowing, like you might have a very vague idea, right? Or MSCO, like or a BSc time, you might be having, okay, I want to start a company, I want to do this, do that, but you won't even know what is the preliminary stuff to be done. For example, what is a company registration? What is a digital signature? Or where to go and register? What are the formalities? Or what is GST? This GST keeps changing every time, right? GST, then trademark, copyrights. What is the annual accounting? This, that. So everything is, it's a new terminology for a starter like me, a startup like me. I didn't know anything. So we know that we have to register a company. Where to go and register? I don't know. Okay, so these are the, you can see the slide, I guess, right now. See, what is trademark? I didn't know. What is GST? Nothing. So this is where everybody begins, not knowing what to do, how to do, where to go and approach. So this is where I also began. I didn't know any of these terms, which government agencies to approach, who's responsible for, issuing the clearances, certifications, the licenses, nothing we knew. Ma'am, the next slide, please. For example, this is an example for a food industry. You want to start a small food industry. Just imagine you have to get certifications from FSSAI. You have to get your food tested from NABL laboratories. If you want to export, you have to get a license from APIDA and AGMA, and you have to get, for example, if it is like spices, you have to get clearance from Spices Board. Simple food industry has so much of windows, like you have to go on each and doors you have to knock. I didn't know where to go. Next slide, please, ma'am. In 2013 only, I think the FSSAI has completely taken over the food industry. All do this, do that. Every now and then they keep changing the rules. If you want to start a tea stall, also you have to have FSSAI license for it. This is a simple example I would like to quote for a bio-based trade, which is the simplest. Food is the simplest. Agriculture is the simplest that you can do. But for those also, you have hundreds and hundreds of red tapeism in India. Go there, meet them, certification, this, that. Next slide, ma'am. So what are the problems that, I already explained. We do not know what is wages law, how much amount of money we require. So what are the environmental clearances that we have to go? Labor unions are also, we have to understand about that. Government paperwork, taxes. These are the so many issues that we do not know. Technically, as bio-based students or bio-based people, we do not know any of these. That is where I was there. Next slide, ma'am. So because of these, we have weaknesses, because we do not know, we do not have experience, we do not know anything. So these turn out to be weaknesses. So what happens is, when you start a company without knowing any of these, then you have a very high chances of failure. So within 1 or 2 years, you'll incur into a very great loss, and you'll have to shut down the companies. That is where in India 90% of the startups are failure. Maybe 10% are okay, and the failure rates are very, very high because of the ignorance. We do not know. So you do not know experience. No, you do not know where to go and approach a finance. You do not have money. You do not know how to sell. First, that is there, right? You know how to produce, but you don't know how to sell. You don't know how to market, where to market, how to market. So these are the problems. These becomes a weakness of a startup. Next slide, ma'am, please. So you see, what if you get something from somewhere, or guidance pola? You do not know anything. You do not know where to start. So it will be great if someone comes and helps you to support you with all these problems: how to market, where to start, where to get money from, what are the registration. So it will be great, right? So these are the issues that startups face, and government has taken up entire thing and is giving. So these are the issues. Please go to the next slide, please, ma'am. Yeah. So now as a common citizen of India, I had taken the help of Government of India. That is how I began. So Government of India is supporting in different ways. For example, technical development, regulatory clearances, manufacturing requirement, how to manufacture, what are the machineries, where to buy from, what are the standards of the manufacturing, clean standard manufacturing practices, and market development, and financial feasibility. Is this project viable or not? So many things you do not know, right? So Government of India is actually supporting in all these ways. Okay, in coming slides, I'll explain you how I got all the help and where I am right now. Next slide, please, ma'am. Next slide, ma'am. Can you hear me? Okay. So now, oh no, the previous slide, I didn't explain. The previous one. Yeah. See, now there is a concept called biotechnology park. Many of us have heard about it. It's familiar, but we do not know in what form biotech parks are available, right? So biotech parks, it's not like as you imagine that you have a huge place and you have all biotechnology companies. No, biotech parks are very, very simple concepts that Government of India has implemented already, even in Coimbatore, in different ways, which we have to explore. Okay, please go to the next slide. See, the simplest form of biotech park or the biotech facility that Government of India has given is technology business incubation. So in biotechnology, all of us know that what is incubation, right? Incubation means what? You're giving 37 degrees Celsius, you're allowing all the growth conditions, you're giving a good condition for growth of a bacteria or an animal cell, okay, all good humidity conditions. So this is called incubation, right? The same terminology is used here also. It is called technology business incubator, where we actually, the Government of India is propagating facility to, to nurture the startups. So this is one concept. The next one is specialized facilities, which is like sophisticated analytical instrumentation facilities, food-based incubation centers, which is in Tanjore, sophisticated facilities, then IIT Madras. So these are all certain facilities. Then there are certain common facilities, and you're also having some special economic zone, which is available in Chennai actually. So what is available in Coimbatore is something called Technology Business Incubator, which is the predominant ones are available in PSD College of Technology, and Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, TNAU. So these two are the ones which are recognized by the Government of India, and they have the full-fledged incubation facility in both these institutes. Please go to the next slide, ma'am. First of all, these institutes provide space. Say, for example, you do not have a place, right? First, where to produce, where to have your company. So the biotech incubation facility, they first give a office space, okay, a very meager amount, and then they give you funding facility, and then project assistant, marketing assistant, and also single window clearance. You go to one place, they'll help you for all kinds of clearance, pollution control, electricity, this, that, everything, they'll guide you. So the next one, please, the next slide. In Coimbatore, we have BioNest, a concept called BioNest. I told you it is available in TNAU and as well as PSD Tech. Okay, so I opted for TNAU. So as a startup, I didn't know where to go. So in 2016, I was working as a faculty, but still parallelly, I took the incubation facility from TNAU, and the BioNest scheme from the Government of India is being implemented here. So you get office space, everything, all guidances, and also that is where the initial stage I was to get the facilities. Next one, please. Okay, so I told you in Tamil Nadu, the BioNests are available in Anna University and then IIT and PhD and TNIU. It's already an explained one. Apart from that, you have in VIT also. So whichever feasible, you can opt actually from, if you are a person who wants to start from zero. Next one, please, ma'am. Okay. So this is, I hope you've heard about it. So this is called Biotechnology Ignition Grant. So what it is, see, you have an idea. You do not, you have only an idea. You have not even made a prototype. Okay, and you are a graduate or a postgraduate or a PhD, whoever you are. But just imagine you only have an idea. Okay, this Government of India Department of Biotechnology has initiated this grant. It's called Biotechnology Ignition Grant. Why they call ignition? Because it's given for idea stage. You do not have to even show that it is working or not. Even if it is your idea is working or if it is not working, you can actually apply for this grant. And this is where I began. I applied last year, in the sense where 2018 we applied, and we were given a grant. How do we do it is that the only prerequisite is you have to be an incubatee, which means that an individual cannot apply. If you are just an individual, you cannot apply any grant. You have to be an incubatee, and that is where I also began. So there are 8 institutions in India, like CCamp in Bangalore, Venture Center in Pune, IKP in Hyderabad. There are 8 centers in India through which the Government of India is facilitating this grant dispersion. So I opted for CCamp. CCamp is Center for Cellular and Molecular Platforms. So CCamp is an institute. It is a sister concern of NCBS. NCBS is nothing but the predominant biotech or the biology institute in India, owned by or run by Tata, TIFR, Tata Institute. So the CCamp is one, the predominant one, which is, so I opted for CCamp because it is accessible. There is no institute in Tamil Nadu which takes care of a big grant. That is Biotechnology Ignition Grant. Tamil Nadu or Kerala doesn't have. So I opted for Bangalore one, which is CCamp. So that was the nearest for me. So that was the option for me. The next slide, please. So what we do is, okay, big grant I explained. So I received also recently, and with which we have, really boosted up 49 lakhs, 50 lakhs. They give for just your idea. So with which we had started. And so now my question is, see, we know that you have left your job, or you have started a company as an incubatee, and then you're doing so many things, you're selling, but can you do something as a student? Okay, so now the point is I'm addressing the students. So what are the opportunities that I could have done in my time, or I didn't have in my college time, and what is available for you right now? So the main one thing I want to emphasize is Sitare. There's a scheme from the Government of India called Sitare, where they give, they encourage your ideas by giving a grant of rupees 15 lakhs. Okay, even for master's students, a master's student or a PhD student can apply for this. So this is like from your college itself. Right now we're in Kongu Nadu, so you're eligible for these grants. You say you make a proposal. Your proposal means you don't have, see, the beauty of all these grant, which I'm talking about, it may not be so scientific, because the Government of India wants to encourage people to come up with an idea. So simple idea can actually bring this up. So the Sitare scheme is actually for students, for a PhD and masters. But if you're a graduate student, you also have a small training program accompanied by a small grant of rupees 1 lakh. Graduate UG students can get up to 1 lakh, and PG students can get up to 15 lakh rupees for their idea. The only thing is your idea should have a commercial value, and it should be some technology oriented, possibly a biotech oriented or whatever. Next one, please. Next slide, please, ma'am. The scheme is Sitare. Okay. The other one is, see, say for example, your family wants you to earn. Okay, that is where I was also there. My family, say for example, they expect me to earn money every month. Okay, and suddenly I leave everything, resign my job and go to some business. Means everybody will get see, how will you run your family, right? So you have to go for a fellowship. So this is called EUA, that is encouraging youth for undertaking innovative research through vibrant acceleration. So what they do is, if you have an idea with a commercial interest, okay, you have an idea and you have commercial interest, they give you a fellowship. If you are a PhD graduate, I mean, if you have done your PhD, you can apply for a fellowship of around 50,000 per month. Almost like per month, you'll get a fellowship, like how you get CSR fellowship and all. And for postgraduate students, you get up to 30,000 per month. And also you have something called contingency. Contingency means apart from your monthly salary, they give you a small amount, 5 lakhs for PhD students, I mean PhD people, and 2 lakhs per annum for postgraduate people. So with this contingency, you can actually explore what you can do with your idea, and with monthly salary, you can actually sustain your family, and then go for the idea. This is called EUA, which is the Government of India, especially BIRAC, Biotechnology Industry Research Assistance Council, has initiated exclusively for biotechnology people. Okay, so without salary, you don't have to work. You can get monthly salary. Every month you can get salary and then go for a biotech idea. Next slide, please. Ma'am, next slide, please. Can you hear me, people?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have changed it. Just a minute, sir.
Okay, so say for example, I'm telling you, you can get fellowship after your graduation or post-graduation or your PhD, right? So there is another scheme that Government of India has done is through incubators, around 1 to 2 crores as seed fund they're giving. Okay, at least like as academicians, as students from your college itself, you can get project. So this is called SEED, Sustainable Entrepreneurship and Enterprise Development Fund, which is given through incubators. Next slide, please. Up to 1 to 2 crores, you will get it through the scheme, SEED fund. And also after 2 to 3 years or 5 years, if you want to expand your business, again, there's a fund called LEAP fund. Okay, you can, take your company to next level, more than 1 crore, 5 crore and all, that is the LEAP fund. Next one, please. Say for example, you have established your company, almost 7 crores or 30 crores also your government is giving so much and so much of fund. Crores and crores of fund is given. This is called ACE fund. Okay, that is accelerating entrepreneurs, which is like after you get established yourself, several crores you can apply. So the point is, see, from zero, you can go and begin with no space to start a company, with no money to start a company. Okay, then you can start with a small seed fund. Then you can ask for 50 lakhs. Then you can ask for 1 crore. Then you can ask for 10 crores. The point is, the government is pumping in money every time. People do not know. So that is where technocrats, biotech people or any other technocrats and any other, they have the opportunity to penetrate. Okay, to explore. So with in Coimbatore, you won't believe, in Coimbatore, a person in Tudilur, he got 10 crores funding exclusively for a process called, what is it, aeroponics. You know aeroponics, right? What is aeroponics? Using very simple techniques, you grow your plants without soil. So for aeroponic, government is giving 10 crores and Coimbatorian has got it. And in Kanjikode, Palakkad, again another company has got 10 crores. So it's only that we are not knowing who is getting, and so the people the students, have to be aware that so much is happening. Where without space, you can do much. Okay, this is what I wanted to emphasize. And I personally got 2 grants from Government of India and waiting for the third one. Please go to the next slide, please. So before that, you should also be aware of the BIRAC. I mean, this is exclusively for the students, not for the faculty fraternity. People, I find that many biotech students don't even know what is BIRAC. Even at the post-graduation level, they have never explored what is there in the BIRAC. In BIRAC, for students, there are hundreds and hundreds of opportunities, and empowering startups for biotechnology. They are doing it, with which you have to explore. This probably is for the UG students I'm talking about. Go to the next slide, please. So now, Government of India has combined this Department of Biotechnology, that is, the BIRAC has combined with Startup India, this thing, right? The one which the Prime Minister propagating now, Startup India, Make in India, Stand Up India, and all, right? So the BIRAC and the Startup India combined together has exclusive platform of biotechnology, where biotechnology people, if you have a company, you are exempted from paying tax for 5 years. If you're a startup, if you are going through the Startup India and BIRAC together in this platform, you do not have to pay tax for 5 years. This is a very, very promising this thing, right? So this is again a platform which none of the people know. Actually, I'm saying the truth. There is an exclusive website for BIRAC Startup India. So none of the people have really explored as of now. Even that is so much of fund is available for people, and so much of guidance is available, mentoring is available. Actually, I would like to. I forgot to say something. I went through CCamp, right, for Biotechnology Ignition Grant, the Center for Cellular and Molecular Platforms. They are like, see, we give this fund, that fund, why don't you go buy this machine, do that, go and meet these people and market. So it is like baby walking, it's like, see, they literally walk you with their holding your hands. They literally walk you for 3 to 5 years. These people are really supporting in terms of money. You want to use their laboratories, everything is done through Startup India and stuff like that. Next slide, please, ma'am. Yeah. See, there is another thing called, I hope you have heard about BITP, Biotechnology Industrial Training Program, wherein the UG students and I think UG Engineering and PG, MSc, MTech and MBA students can actually get training in biotech industries. Okay, Government of India has initiated this much earlier, but I don't find people from Coimbatore who are pursuing or perceiving for all these this thing. Why? Because they give you 10,000 rupees per month stipend for 2 months. Oh no, for 6 months. For 6 months, this is after your studies, and they send you to a very good biotech company, and they give you training there. Real-time training. You get payment from the government. So this program is called BITP, which many people are yet to explore, I guess. Which you can have a look at. It's Biotechnology Consortium of India Limited. They also help you in technology transfer. Say, for example, you have a technology, but you do not want to make it into a business. But you want to sell that technology. So this Biotechnology Consortium helps you to transfer the technology to someone else. Also, if you want to get the technology from somebody, also they'll help you. You want to buy technology from somebody, they'll help you out. Next slide, please. See, apart from BCIL and other stuff, because it's a short presentation, I don't want to emphasize on the others, but please explore all these, okay? You have BCIL, CSR entrepreneurship section is there, MSME. MSME is the Ministry of Medium and Small Enterprises. There you have, they give 15 lakhs for startups. I remember when I went for a presentation to Delhi, second year UG students got 15 lakhs funding, and from North India it was though. but we didn't, even the established company people didn't know about these things. So, off late, we started to understand that even a second year student, UG student can get. So this is MSME, though. MSME gives such thing. And for example, there is something, if you want to do something in agriculture, imagine that you want to do something in agriculture, aeroponics, this, that, there is a bank called NABARD. I, as a PhD holder, I didn't know what is NABARD. So this is the sorriest reality that we had. National Bank of Agriculture and Rural Development, it's NABARD, which is there in Coimbatore also. They have an office in Coimbatore. We didn't know that. So they give you, loans. If you're a woman entrepreneur, they give you loans for even 6%. They give you grant, and they give you subsidies and stuff like that. So these are all the possible areas. SIDBI, you have something called Initiate. SIDBI, Industries Development Bank, Initiatives by Small Industries Development Bank of India. SIDBI is a bank, Small Industries Development Bank, but nobody knows that there is a bank called SIDBI. So this is the problem, and we have it in Coimbatore itself. The next slide, please. And see, we were also talking about the Government of India initiative, this, that, right? But the Government of Tamil Nadu has done so much. They give you space and they give you water facility, they give you electricity with subsidy. So there is a place called there is an organization called District Industry Center, Coimbatore, which again does everything that the Government of India is doing in a different way. Although not as effective as it has to, like the Government of India. But the same thing is done by, all the SIDCO area, right? Industrial area and all. Government is promoting so much. If you start a company, 35% of the money or the investment will be given by the Tamil Nadu government. Say, for example, 1 crore, you're investing 1 crore, 35 lakhs, Government of India, Government of Tamil Nadu gives you, but nobody knows. Next slide, please. And this is actually, not only government, fraternity, it's also like this is Bill and Melinda Gates. There's some, you might have heard about Gates Foundation. So all these are talking, I'm just saying exclusively for students, including the undergraduates, okay? Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, they give you, this is kind of competition. This Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, every 6 months, okay, every 6 months they throw, this is called Grand Challenges India. You want to have an idea, you send them your idea. If you're selected, they'll give you a huge amount. Your educational background is immaterial. You are a graduate or a postgraduate or you're 12th standard guy, nobody minds. You have an idea, you send. If your idea is good, you'll be given complete incubation, your nurturing, your support, money, everything. So this is from Bill and Melinda. This is exclusively for India. Grand Challenges India. This happens every 6 months. Next slide, please. And there is also other private agencies like Willgrow. See, this I heard, all these three, I had personal experiences from VIT. So when I was a student in VIT, people, even postgraduates and all, they used to get small funding. Willgrow is nothing but village growth. If you have an idea where the small society, social, it's called social entrepreneurship, where a common man is benefited, society, social thing, villages and all. So this Willgrow is functioning within IIT Madras. Where they are also giving small funds, 25,000, 30,000, 50,000 rupees for one project. They'll give you, you finish it off, that's it. Even if you're an MSc student, they'll give you, not a problem. Even if you're a UG student, they're not a problem, they'll give you. Okay, other organizations are any National Entrepreneurship Network and Vadhani Foundation, etc. There are plenty actually. Next slide, please, ma'am. Okay, we'll go for the next slide. Okay, I was talking about all Sitare and other fellowships, right? There are so many fellowships in India, like Ashoka Fellowship and Jawaharlal Nehru Fellowship. There are several fellowships where you can get monthly stipend. Maybe it can be small or big. I forgot to tell you one more thing. I was talking about Wilgrow, right? Wilgrow has a fellowship called, a fellowship where they give you an in-house training, which means that if you're selected for that fellowship within IIT campus, they give you place to stay. They'll give you office place, and also they will give you 25,000 per month. Okay, and they give you everything. So this fellowship is for 1 year, only for 1 year, but before that you will have to establish your business. So this is from Wilgrow. Okay, I forgot to tell you, this is a very good opportunity where you can stay in Chennai, IIT Madras, build your business for 1 year, come out of it, shine. There are plenty of other fellowships we can find the opportunity. More than 50 other fellowships are available in time to time basis. They'll be declared, but you'll have to explore. Next slide, please. And I hope you have heard about this competition. It's called BEST. Okay, this when I was when I was in VIT, I heard about this, and see, there is a competition called BEST India. Okay, and this is done by ABLE. ABLE means Association of Biotechnology-led Enterprises, which means that the biotech companies join together, organize this competition every year. The main partner is actually Biocon. Biocon Bangalore is the main partner, and they host this every year, wherein you can actually pitch in your ideas. They'll give you, if you are selected for if your idea is selected, you'll be called to Bangalore. You'll be given accommodation, to and fro second AC charges. You'll be accommodated in a very good star hotel, and you'll be given a 4 days workshop, and then you'll be allowed to present your idea. And if your idea is very good, you'll be given 5 lakhs, 3 lakhs, 2 lakhs, and 1 lakh, and so on. You have prizes for those. This is exclusively for biotech. Okay, as students, people are eligible for this. I think for MSc it's okay, but UG students, I don't know. You can check for the eligibility. But BTech students are eligible for this competition that happens every year. And if you don't win also, it's okay. The to and fro flight, train charges, your accommodation, your workshop, quality of workshop that is given to you, it is world class. Okay, that happens every year in India. People do not know. I think from Coimbatore, many go, but I don't think many even know, though. Next slide, please. See, how many of you heard TIE, Technology, Innovation, and Entrepreneurship? Okay, it's called TIE, Technology, Innovation, and Entrepreneurship. So there is an organization within Coimbatore. It's called TIE Coimbatore. It's also there in TIE Chennai, TIE Cochin. So what they do is once in a year they organize something called TICON. TICON means TIE Conference. That is called TICON. Okay. TICON means it's only business people, all business people in and around Coimbatore, other places. They join in a very good place. They present their ideas. They'll be pitching fest. Pitching fest means you present your idea, somebody will be ready to fund. That is called pitching fest. So this happens every year in Coimbatore, probably in Residency Hotel or something, or else it will be happening in Chennai or Cochin. So TIE conference happens. This is for exclusively for, this is for all technology, not only for biotechnology, but all technologies. And as students, you can actually go and register also. I think for students, it's very cheap for registration. You can just see what is happening, all technocrats and all industry people meeting in one place. And it's very, 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 very vibrant environment in Coimbatore. Next slide, please. See, I just wanted to share certain things as an entrepreneur from my side. So the final motto is, you have to be independent. You have to be having the driving force. Don't think that somebody else will always keep on, holding your hands and walk. End of the day, you are an individual. You have to walk, learn to be independent, learn to decide things, learn to take decisions and take forward. This is my learning. This is my understanding. You are alone. You'll be pushed into all failures. You'll be pushed into all pressurized environment. You have to rise by yourself, or in spite of having all these pampering and cushions by others. It's your own driving force that helps you. That's it. Thank you for so much. The next slide. That's it. If you have any queries, next slide. That's it. Yeah. So now that all kinds of biotech thing has come, make in India, whatever you want to make in India. This is what everyone is talking about right now. So that's it. That's it. So with this, my presentation is over. So you can, I think, we can have a kind of discussion. I wanted to have a discussion rather than a presentation.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for the wonderful
Yes.
presentation. And now the session is open for discussion. So there are a few queries in the chat box, sir. Tamilarasi, she has asked prerequisites for BioNest scheme and funding opportunities.
See, prerequisite, you don't have to have anything. Okay, even a common man. See, the specialty of BioNest is that you don't even have to be a qualified person. Okay, even 12th standard person. If you're a farmer, anybody can go. There is an example. I know a person from Madurai. He has an exporting company that processes banana fiber, and he makes even sari and all artifacts. He is, I think, 10th standard or 8th standard. He doesn't have anything, but he had a very great idea. Biorac funded him some 25 lakhs, and now he has exporting company, and he has almost like 100 employees now. So you don't have any prerequisites. You should need an idea and a driving force. That's it. That's it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
And she has also asked, what is the difference between translational and operational research?
See, translational research in the sense, you are actually doing some idea and you give it off to some company. I mean, my understanding is that, I mean, you don't ask me about all biotech and stuff like that. In other BCIL and all, translational research, what people do is, they have a set of ideas. For example, CSR institutes like CFTRI Mysore, and there are so many institutes, Rajiv Gandhi Center for Biotechnology. They have so many commercial products, and BCIL has a list of translational research and translational stuff. In this context, I'm telling you in the context of biotechnology and entrepreneurship, they buy it. It's for sales. The technology is for transfer for sales. That is what is operational. It's within the company. It's within the company. You want to improvise something within the company. For your own this thing. That's it. Am I clear with this?
Yes.
Yeah.
So one more, and what are the MSME funding opportunities?
See, MSME funding opportunities, which I had got is the 15 lakhs one. See, earlier when I was applying in 2018, they only give 6.5 lakhs. Now they have increased the amount for 15 lakhs. Okay, apart from that, there is trainings, see, if you explore, no, there are some 10 lakhs, 3 lakhs, 2 lakhs. Schemes are hundreds of schemes in MSME. The one which I had got is via incubators. Support, I mean, I forgot the entire name. It's support through incubators for managerial and entrepreneurial development. I think you have to explore the websites, because once you know the stuff, right? Websites and all, you have to, there are hundreds of stuff.
So one more question. What are the fundamental approval certificate for the startup registration?
See, if you are a startup, if you are an incubatee, you don't need anything. Okay, incubatee means the biggest advantage of an incubatee is you can use the certifications of the incubator. You are understanding it? Are you understanding? For example, I'm taking the facility of TNAU. TNAUs will have a certification, right? They'll have an enable lab, they'll have machineries, they'll have FSSAI license. So I can use them for 3 years. The incubation facility is for 3 years, and you can actually extend it for 1 or 2 years, and then they'll drop you out. Okay, so for 3 to 5 years, you can use their certifications. But if you want to have your own facility, your own this thing means you have now the best suggestion would be go to an incubator. In one window you get cleared for all certifications. But if you're going separately, means you'll have to get registration from the registration separately, pollution control separately. Then there is something called Biodiversity Act, that is separately. FSS food industries means you'll have to go for FSSAI. If you want to export, you'll have to import. If you have to get import export license, then you'll have to get APIDA. You have to get AgMark. You have hundreds. So what I would suggest is, and one more, if you want to go for some what is this genetically modified, the genetically engineered stuff, you'll have to get ethical clearance. You'll have to have certification from 6 different organizations. I would say that don't go for all those at the initial stage. Get the help of some incubator, and if you have money, it's fine. If you have money and if you have financial strength to invest a good lot of money, go for that. Otherwise, go for an incubator. All certifications in one roof. That will be my suggestion. Otherwise, you'll have to run behind everything. Panchayat clearance, Panchayat board clearance, corporation clearance, so many.
Sir, a question from Aravind Kannan. Basically, I'm from agricultural background, sir. I'm interested in organic farming. How can I take this to a business? And how the probiotic products helps in food preservation?
See, it depends on what kind of agriculture they are doing, right? So I do not know what background exactly the background is, because agriculture, there's hundreds of opportunities. See, there is something called FPO, Farmer Producer Organizations. Okay. See, because farmers cannot have their company, right? Own company for every single farmer is difficult now. So what Government of India is promoting is something called FPO, Farmer Producer Organizations, and around 30 to 40 farmer producer organizations are functioning within Tamil Nadu, I guess. For example, some 30 farmers join together, they can come up with a brand. Okay, so they can manufacture their own product, but it depends on what agriculture product you make. I do not know what the person is making. I do not know if it is rice or paddy or dairy farm. I do not know. But for everything, there is farmer producer organizations wherein they sell their produces as brand. The problem with farmers is that if they sell their product directly, they don't get any revenue, as though the middlemen get so much of revenue. So that is the reason they go for farmer producer organization. And now you have something called farmerslive.com, wherein you can sell your branded stuff. For example, you're having some rice varieties or something. All that you need to do is branding, sell it online or through these farmer producer organizations. That will be, I think, my suggestion. I do not know, but he can talk to me later for better opinion.
Sir, query from Karthik Kumar.
See, can I see the students actually? Can I see the students? Can they ask me directly? This is so weird. Looking at the screen, and it will be great if they ask. It will be more. I'll be glad.
Students, you can.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir. I'm Karthik from Kongnadu College.
Okay.
So my query is, currently I have a license related prototype in my hand. So what is the next step I have to do for the startup?
Next step you have to do is it a prototype or you still have an idea?
Yes, I have a prototype.
See, prototype means you can actually go for biotechnology ignition grant. Okay. See, there are two ways to look at this, because is it your prototype really working?
Yes, sir. This is novel also.
Okay. Now it depends on your financial condition. If you have money to go for a company registration, because you already have a product. If you have money for a private limited company registration, you can register a company, and after registering a company, you become an independent private limited company. You are eligible for everything. You can get fund. That is what I did. After coming from the incubator, I registered a private limited company. I got a biotechnology ignition grant funding. That is one thing I did. But if you are not sure that how well it will go, then you can go and approach BioNest, which is functioning. at PSG Tech, and there is a small department called STEP. Okay, STEP. STEP. They are exclusively guiding biotech students to build from a prototype to a company. So if you're sure about your product and your marketing skills and your financial strength, directly you can go for private limited. Or if you do not have that confidence, you want to get help, you go to PSG STEP. Okay, it's called STEP. And the biggest advantage is it is not PSG's department; it is the Department of Government of India. It's only housed in PSG College and Tamil Nadu Agriculture. It's completely funded by Government of India and Government of India's initiative. So any individual go and easily approach them and get the thing done. And I think every 15 days they have a meeting for biotech students. All biotech companies come and meet. They share their ideas. I don't know if it is every week or every 15 days, but they meet quite often. Okay, every frequently they meet and they share their ideas, and wherein all startups, all small biotech startups share their ideas, and they grow together. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Any others? Participants, you can interact with our resource person.
The point is, I am not a kind of typical industry guy. I was a faculty once, so I know the students' mindset also. Like I was also a kind of, I know how tough the journey is. So I would don't go for the formality thing and all. Okay, resource person. These words are really heavy. So you can think me as your teacher, and feel free to discuss if you have any such ideas to go forward. Anybody?
Sir, some students have asked that how to register our startup in Udyog Aadhar or in MSME. Is it free or not? Like that, can you please give inputs?
It is actually free only. You don't have to pay money. But see, now that it's all online, okay, see, it's all online. And I think you have to have your Aadhaar card and things like that. That's it. I don't think it's very tough. But what people do is they give it to somebody else, because the online application is, they ask this, that. Sometimes it becomes tedious. So there are certain agencies within Coimbatore who register for, I think you have to pay some 1,000 rupees or something for them. They'll do it for you, and that is valid for lifetime. And with that also you can do your business.
So can you please give that address of online application? And one more thing, that how to do this GST registration for the PIN number, like that. Can you give some
PIN and digital signature and all, is it?
Yes, sir.
See, if you go and do separately, it is difficult. So now there are agencies in Coimbatore who take care of everything. So we chose an organization called Solubilis, which functions in Ramanathapuram, Coimbatore. So they do everything actually. They do the GST registration, trademark, copyrights, MSME registration, private limited registration, everything. They did everything for us. DIN, everything.
Okay, sir.
So I think going separately is tough actually. You cannot even know what you are doing and what you have left. So as a startup, you do not have to-do list, right? You do not know what to do and what not to. So we chose the organization Solubilis. The name of the organization Solubilis. They are cheap also. They did everything for us. Separately, it's difficult. You have to go to a government organization. You have to wait. It's difficult, and everything is in different places.
Okay. Sir, can you please tell about that apart from incubators, whatever you chosen, like STEP or BioNest, is there any thing that in our college we have IEC, so the students can able to incubate here also to do some projects or something like that, which they can get it Later on, they can go to a startup.
Is your incubator recognized?
Sir?
Is your incubator recognized?
Actually, we have Institution Innovation Council, and we have a short space where the students can work. And in the research departments, they do consultancy work for others.
No. I'm asking you. See, the incubators generally have to be recognized by the government of India. See, you'll have the list of incubators, right? Which is government. It's government's initiative. So the institution has to have a recognized incubator. Then you're eligible for all these. I think Hindustan College incubator is eligible. Kumaraguru College's incubator is eligible. So I do not know. Have you done that? Is the institution done with the process, or I am not sure about it? But if it is recognized, you're eligible for everything. Anything what we are mentioning, you're eligible. Yes.
Okay, sir. Students, if you want to interact with the sir, you can interact.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Sir, how do you register our incubation, sir? Actually, you have said that it is taken by Government of India initiative.
Yeah.
No other registration is enough, or somebody say that Society 8 registration for incubation.
No, this I'm not sure about it, ma'am, because I'm not aware of what are the government formalities for incubator. But I'm just part of the entrepreneur side. So academic side, I'm not sure about it. What initiative they had taken, what is the legal formalities they have taken. I'm not aware of it. I'm a person who have taken the facility and grown from there. So I'm not sure about it.
Sir, have you know about this? What is the use of this Udyog Aadhar registration, sir?
See, Udyog Aadhar registration it is something like Kudise Toril. How do you, if you want to do something in a very small scale, okay, say for example, you want to do it from your house itself, or a very small scale, you can take an Udyog Aadhar and start doing your business.
Okay.
Okay, so you don't have to go for a incubator and you don't have to go for a private limited company also, and you can do it from your home itself. But the problem is, if you want to expand your company, if you want to bring in fund, if you want to have subsidies, Udyog Aadhar will not help you.
Okay.
Udyog Aadhar is only for a very small scale, maybe you can have Udyog Aadhar at the very initial stages and then go for a registration or something like that. It's a very small scale. You don't have to have even GST also don't have to have if you have Udyog Aadhar sometimes in certain scenarios.
We can have only MSME funding opportunities.
Yes. Udyog Aadhar, you can have MSME funding opportunities, but not biotech. Biotech, exclusively all BIRAC stuff. You have no access for any of those.
Okay, sir. Sir, is there any internship opportunity for students available for a strictly biotech?
See, I have seen. When I was doing my research and all in TNAU, people are so much aware about Indian Academy of Sciences fellowship, right? You know that. I mean, I hope you know that Indian Academy of Sciences, they give you 10,000 rupees per month for 2 months, and if you're selected for the internship, they themselves will allocate any government research institute for your intern stuff like that. This is for research part. So Indian Academy of Sciences fellowship, I have seen plenty of people going. For entrepreneurship, if you want to go for internship, it is BITP, Biotechnology Industrial Training Program. It is for MSc students. I mean, after MSc, you have industrial training program where they give you the training with their money for 6 months.
At any time, or at the summer time or winter time?
Indian Academy of Sciences offer for summer. It's only for summer. It's vacation, right? Students cannot afford to go in other time. So I think it's April and May or June, something like that. You can the date is flexible in summer, so people can any institution is eligible for this. It's only for summer internship. CCMB is giving summer internship. Many CSR institutes are giving summer internship. Indian Academy of Sciences is one, the major one.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, good evening, sir. This is Arvind Kannan.
Yeah, good evening, Arvind.
Sir, I have one question, sir. Just please share about your company, sir. What are the preliminary work that are going in your companies, sir? What is the work?
I didn't say about that. See, before that I should say my background. See, my PhD is completely about degradation technology. So we use bacterial enzymes for removal of something. So my PhD was in treatment of paper pulp effluent. Okay, so that is a common process where you break down something and treatment. You do a treatment. So using that technology, we developed so many sister technologies like dye degradation, municipal solid waste management. So it's all same, right? All breaking down the macromolecules into small. So what we did was, ours is a very, very, very simple idea. You won't even believe we got 50 lakhs for this idea. Even I didn't believe personally when I went to Delhi. There is a product called white pepper. Okay, white pepper is a commodity used all over the world. It's one of the major spices from India. So white pepper is nothing but they remove the outer coat. Okay, it's like how you remove paddy, the husk of paddy, and remove the rice separately, right? Similarly, they remove the outer cover of pepper, black pepper, and they make white pepper. But the problem is you can't remove it that easily. So people go for chemical treatment, this, that, and all. It's completely, they ruined the process, completely chemical based and it's stuff like that. So we developed the fermentation technology where we use enzyme to remove it and we produce white pepper. So usually the time of production is 20 days for production of white pepper. It's a 10,000 crore industry in India. I mean, the business, the turnover all around India, but they take 20 days to manufacture. We do it in 3 days using enzymes. Okay, that is what is our innovation. And we have a consortium of bacteria where produce enzymes and then use it to treatment of this thing, pepper. And we have produced world-class white pepper, which is recognized by the government of India. And that is where we got our fund, from BIRAC. So it's enzyme-based white pepper. Idea is very simple, but it's worth. You won't believe people get, even for simple ideas, people get. They make money out of it. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, Karthik. Tell me.
Sir, how many people included with this on single idea, sir? How many people can incubate in single idea as a team?
See, there is no limit for team. Okay, there is no limit. But you have to see, one suggestion from my side is, see, when you make a team, the problem is the team members have to be really, really compatible with each other. The problem is once you start bringing in money, when there is an involvement in money, you have to select team members in such a way that you don't get you don't have any misunderstanding. That is a very, very common thing which I have found. They come as a team, they don't go forward as a team. So when you select as a team, you select in such a way that your strength is equally distributed. Like for example, there is one salesperson, marketing person, one is for innovation, one is for from administration, something like that. So the point is, there is no hard and fast number for team members. You can be individual or you can be many. There is no number for that. But when you go many, then there is risk of breaking the team is so high. After some time you have to sustain the team is very, very difficult. So the point is, reduce the number of team members for the betterment of the company. As of now, there is no number as such. It can be individual, it can be 10, it can be 20, it can be 5, 3, 4. But one thing is there, if you want, I told you there's a competition in India that is exclusively for biotechnology. I told you, right? In there the number is not more than 4. It is called the best. Okay, Able India is funding that, and the competition is for exclusively for biotechnology. It's only for the idea, and it's kind of competition. The maximum number is 4, but otherwise there is no number. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And
Any other?
so next time, wait, it's different. I mean, I'm not able to see anybody's face also, and I'm not showing myself also. It's very difficult, right?
Sir, actually, the net will be consumed more if we show the face.
Same with yeah. For me, I think there is some issue with the Google Meet. Last time also I tried.
Yeah, so it's better not to show the face. So thank you very much for providing an interesting and wonderful presentation, sir. I hope you will continue mentorship for our students. Many students have asked your PPT and your phone number, email. With your permission, shall I share your PPT and mobile number, sir?
Definitely, I'm more happy to help students, and I'm so glad that I got this opportunity, so people can contact me. We'll work out the best possible way with all the limitations. Time constraint also is a question, and Corona, I don't know when it will get okay and all. So let's see where it takes, and we'll work out with the best possible way. And I'm not sure if I have made justice for this presentation, because yesterday only, it all happened within short time.
Yes,
I didn't get time for anything. So I do not know if I have made justice for this presentation. With all the limitations, you can, always get in touch with me. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yes. On behalf of Kongunadu Arts and Science College, we are very much delighted to honor our chief guest with e-certificate as a token of love and gratitude, sir. It is shared and it will be emailed to you. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, and I would love to have people who are interested to take up forward this. I mean, any smallest, simplest. Don't think the idea is simple. Any smallest of smallest ideas. If anyone wants to take it forward to the next level, please get in touch with me. I'm so always happy to guide them and help them out. And thank you so much. I also appreciate. I don't know how students like this presentation or not. So please ask for their feedbacks, not in this presentation. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much. So I would appreciate your feedbacks also. So I'm not sure how it was useful for you. It was a naive presentation, taking into account the UG students and the other students. So thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Now I request Dr. G. Anbarasi, Assistant Professor in Biotechnology, Kongunadu Arts and Science College, to propose the vote of thanks. Ma'am, please.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. A very good evening to one and all present here. I deem it's a great honor and privilege to propose vote of thanks on the 7 days awareness series on intellectual property rights, innovation and entrepreneurship, jointly organized by MHRD Institutional Innovation Council, IPR Cell of Kongunadu Arts and Science College, and Department of Biotechnology. First and foremost, I thank our Honorable President, Dr. M. R. Shami sir, for his immense support and encouragement rendered in the growth of the institute. Thank you, sir. I take this opportunity to thank our beloved Secretary and Director, ma'am, Dr. P. Able guide us, always encouraged us. Thank you, ma'am. I grateful to thank our respected Principal, Dr. M. Lakshmana Swami, sir, for his kindness and contribution and also the continuous support. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our well-wishers, of beloved Chief Executive Officer Dr. V. Chinnuswamy sir, respected Dean R&D Dr. S. Polisamy sir, for their unstinted support and encouragement in all our activities. Thank you, sir. I express my special thanks to our convener of this program, Dr. S.R. Madan Shankar sir, Dean Academics and Head of PG Department of Biotechnology, and Dr. V. Boneshwari, Associate Professor and Head of UG Department of Biotechnology, for your moral support and guidance for organizing this such a wonderful awareness series on intellectual property rights and entrepreneurship. Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, sir. On behalf of Kungunor Arts and Science College, I extend a very hearty vote of thanks to our distinguished chief guest of this today's session, Dr. M.S. Lipin Dev, Director, VT Eco Green Technology Private Limited, Coimbatore, for your excellent presentation. Thank you, sir. It is a very detailed, wonderful presentation on path of bio-entrepreneurship. Thank you so much, sir. I would like to express my special thanks on behalf of all the organizing secretaries, to the students and staff members for your active contribution. Thank you all. I also wish to express big thanks to all the participants for their active participation in this event. Once again, thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for your words of gratitude. And I request all the participants to join by 4:45 p.m. tomorrow for the session on Art of Writing Research Article by Dr. R.T. Narendra Kannan, and followed by Orientation to Participate in National Innovation Contest 2020 by Dr. V. Boneshwari. Thank you, everyone, for the active participation. Thank you all. With this, we conclude today's session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all. Thank you all.